Hey guys, it's Monica again. We're going to be making a little toolbox for Dad that we're going to be incorporating a tie tack and greeting card with. You're going to need a little Velveeta macaroni box or some box that is about the same size, just small enough to where you've got a little bit of a width that you can create a little toolbox out of the shape. And you're going to need some clear tape, some duct tape. I've got some plain black, and then I've also got some that have the little black mustaches on it, but then I've also got some nautical designs. I've got some turquoise blue and a little bit of I don't know, I guess that's like cerulean blue. And then a piece of extra cardboard, just thin. We're going to be making a handle out of it to go on top of your toolbox. So of course you're going to need scissors, and since I'm going to be using some duct tape, I'm going to be using my Fiskars duct tape edition scissors to where I don't get the stickiness from the duct tape here. So just whatever duct tape that you have on hand. You don't even have to use the patterns if you don't want to. You can use all solid colors. You want to do a red toolbox. That is the example that I'm working off of based on a website that I found this project, the toolbox project, on, called craftingagreenworld.com. I'm going to be creating a Father's Day card and a tie tack to go inside of this box. So let's get started. I have a piece of cardboard that I just had. This is from a 12 by 12 card stack, and I have created a little piece here that is 4 inches long by 2 inches wide. So there's the total size of it. And then here I marked it with a pen so that I could cut this out, and I used larger scissors. But then I went back and I decided, okay, I want to have about an inch in on that inside, and then I'm going to go in and remove 2 inches out of the center. I find it easier to just use my X-Acto knife on my self-healing cutting mat so that I get a cleaner cut. Hopefully that comes right out of there, and it did. Now when I make this little handle for my toolbox, I'm going to actually need to bend the ends here about 1/4 of an inch up. I'm just going to use this healing mat to kind of mark it. I'm going to do 1/2 an inch because that, I'm assured then that I've got a nice base. So I'm just going to mark that with a pen. Because of the amount of force that I used with the pen, it pretty much makes it to where I can bend that. There's my little handle. So the only thing now I need to do is cover this handle in tape. Since my handle was 4 inches, I'm going to go 5 inches. So I've got a little bit to fold over. I'll need 2 pieces of that, so I'm going to use my X-Acto knife again. So essentially I have a handle sandwich. I'm going to take my little Fiskars scissors here, and I'm going to come up and just cut the inside of my handle. The ends here, I had bent them back this direction, so that's also the way I'm going to bend back my tape. I'm going to come back through here with another piece of tape. This one I'm only going to make 4 inches, and then I'm going to actually score it in half so it's not as wide, because I'm going to use that to seal or tape down my little edges that I did. And then I just need a tiny little piece up here, so I'm going to go back here with my X-Acto knife and cut this leftover bit in half once more, and then just lay this over the top. There's my handle for my toolbox. Okay, so now that I've got this handle made, I'm going to use some clear tape to tape my macaroni box together. And you can take your solid color or whatever if you want to have your pattern. I think I'm going to do the top part with the mustache duct tape, and then that way the black handle will look a little bit better. My macaroni box is just a little bit over 6 inches, so I'm going to do 8-inch strips, and I'll probably need, because this tape is almost 2 inches wide here, it's a little bit more wide than the dollar store brand of tape, but it's still not quite the 2 inches. I'm going to probably need 1, 2, at least 3 to 4 9-inch strips. And when I lay this, I'm going to give about 1/2 an inch overlap. See, about a 1/2 inch. That way I can fold it onto the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and fold around of the box. I'm going to have to cover up a little problem. I'm going to go down here and let there be more of an overhang so that it creates about a 1/2 inch cover. And then that way I can cover at least 3/4 of the bottom of my box, like that, to create a border. Then I'm going to fold this side up and then fold that in on itself. Here's sort of one side. I'm going to need another strip of the black tape down here to make it the way I need it. And I've got this piece of black tape right here. I'm going to have tape on top of tape just simply because I had forgotten my design elements, so that's the only reason why I'm having to do this. All the way around the black is going to be lined up there. Now we want to be able to open the box, so you're going to need your X-Acto knife yet again. I'm going to cut it right here at the line of this duct tape. Bent that backwards and then creased that with my fingers to give it a nice little crease like a crayon box. Now I'm going to want to put the handle on, but I'm going to want to camouflage where I had to make another cut. I wanted my handle to be a little bit more wide. This is a 6-inch piece of tape here, so I'm going to just take, I'm going to do 5 inches. And do 5 inches here, and then I'm going to cut this halfway. A handle attached here. There's the front of the box. Here's the back of the box. But I want to come back around with some more black tape, so I'm going to cut a 4-inch piece of tape, and then I'm going to cut that 4-inch piece of tape into 4 slices, being about a 1/2 inch each slice, in order to go around and reinforce these to where the little bits of tape won't come up, but my handle will be nice and secure. Obviously you're not going to put real heavy tools in here, but you know, you want the handle not to just fall off the minute that somebody goes to pick up this little box. All these little bits of tape are, you know, not going to be even. I'm going to take some strips of tape and just go around the base here to where it makes it an even square. So now I'm lined up. My edge of my box is a little bit rough. I can take some tape, some little tape strips, and go along the inside of that. Go ahead and use this button, and in order for me to get that button on there, I'm gonna have to glue it. I want to make my handle. It's gonna go around the button. I'm gonna go ahead and use this leftover piece of tape. Gonna fold it over on itself. It needs to grab the button here. That button is now on the box. We've got something that's gonna catch our button, and we don't want to have a raw edge, but we do want this to be attached like this. I just need to tack it. I kind of like the idea of having the loop catch the button just because it's cute. And then if you wanted to further finish this piece off right here, you could. I kind of like it because it looks a little rough, like a little buckle. A little toolbox for Dad. Have a sparkle-riffic Father's Day, y'all!